Welcome to Two Lamps Last Hour News, where you'll get news that matters to you.
There's a jet that Trump received as a gift from the country. It's worth $400 million. They're going to have to do a major overhaul on this jet for security for him to fly in it. That's going to cost the taxpayers at least 2 or 3 years to get this ready for him. And it was a palace, they said. The jet was made like a palace. This is where he's not cutting.
Also, one big beautiful bill cuts food assistance, could leave 8 million without health insurance. Y'all take a look at this.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening. It is great to have you with us here on a very busy Wednesday night. We begin tonight with the Pentagon officially accepting that controversial gift, the $400 million jet from Qatar that President Trump plans to use as Air Force One. The president tonight rejecting criticism from both Democrats and Republicans. The luxury jet called the Flying Palace, the White House says it will serve as Air Force One carrying the president. But first, American taxpayers will pay for the major security overhaul of that jet. And late today, amid the news that this $400 million jet has now been accepted, the Democratic leader who called this a bribe in broad daylight that screams national security risk. And many asking, why does the United States need to turn to a foreign country for Air Force One? Jonathan Carl leading us off tonight.
Tonight, the Trump administration is making it official, announcing they will accept that lavish gift from the government of Qatar, a $400 million luxury jet that's been called a flying palace.
They're giving the United States Air Force a jet, okay? And it's a great thing.
Pentagon saying the gift is, quote, in accordance with all federal rules and regulations, and that the plane will eventually serve as Trump's Air Force One. Before that happens, American taxpayers will have to pay for a costly makeover to ensure the jet poses no security risks and will be able to function as the president's plane. The Pentagon says it will, quote, work to ensure proper security measures and functional mission requirements are considered. The Secretary of the Air Force telling Congress the process is already underway.
The Secretary of Defense has directed the Air Force to basically start planning to modify the aircraft.
That process could take months or even years. As ABC News first reported, Attorney General Pam Bondi signed off on a plan for the Air Force to accept the plane as a gift and then transfer ownership to Trump's Presidential Library Foundation shortly before he leaves office. It's unclear if that's part of the final agreement. The Pentagon referred questions to the Air Force, the Air Force saying, quote, details related to the contract are classified. The president was in Qatar just last week, where he heaped praise on its leader.
This is an outstanding man. He's a great man, and we're going to help each other.
He has rejected questions about whether this is legal and ethical and why the United States needs to accept this new Air Force One.
Thank you. Tonight, President Trump and House Speaker Mike Johnson mounting a pressure campaign to try to get the president's tax cut and spending bill passed. Some Republican holdouts remain concerned over projections that President Trump's bill could add trillions to the deficit over the next decade. ABC's Jay O'Brien on the Hill again tonight.
Tonight, a last-ditch effort from President Trump and Speaker Mike Johnson, turning up the heat on more than a dozen House Republican holdouts to pass the mega bill full of the president's campaign promises, from tax cuts to border security.
Very close.
The White House warning tonight failure to pass the bill would be a betrayal.
Why aren't the holdouts listening to you and the president?
They are. There's a lot of listening and a lot of discussion. It's been very productive.
Officially called the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, the package extends Trump's 2017 tax cuts, lifts federal income tax on tips and overtime, and earmarks nearly $50 billion to resume construction of the border wall. It slashes federal spending by more than $1.5 trillion, including cuts to food assistance and Medicaid, which could leave more than 8 million Americans without health insurance over a decade. But GOP hardliners pushing for even steeper cuts, angered the bill would add trillions to the deficit over the next 10 years.
The president wants this passed now.
Well, it's not done yet.
And Speaker Johnson signaling he's moving ahead with a full House vote as soon as tonight or tomorrow morning. He can only afford to lose 3 Republicans. David.
And you'll be tracking it